Hey SoCal players, Team Starlight is hosting Edit Season 1 at WildCardCyclone. Players who top our local every Saturday will earn points, and the top 8 players with the highest points will participate in a mini tournament for a special prize card. So come through at WildCardCyclone in Temple City, Saturdays at 3 p.m.
Duel hard or duel home?
Welcome back, everybody. We are here at WildCardCyclone. We got round one. Marcos on the left playing Aliens, and Ted on the right playing Elemental Frogs. We got Marcos here.
Yeah, we got the aliens. I know I brought it for the local for the camera. I wanted everyone to see one of my favorite decks of all time. Unfortunately, aliens are not the greatest in Edison format. The best card you have is a vanilla, which is right here, Alien Shock Trooper, 900 beater. And then Ted whipped out the big piece golem, which I was not expecting to see ever. And that is just big enough to run over Shock Trooper. So he'll do that.
You don't see that often. Not that many 200,000 beat sticks outside of Sirocco in Edison.
No, there's definitely not. But I was able to activate Legacy out of Garage, so trying to just deck them a bit here. I set a card and summon this Alien Warrior, which is another alien that you run in this deck. And then he snipes the new back row. It ended up being an offering to the Snake Deity. A good snipe on his part, because that was going to potentially get rid of both of his cards.
For those who don't know, that is basically like Icarus attack for aliens. Or reptiles, right?
Yeah, for reptiles, yeah. If it was just for aliens, that'd be so funny. Like, what a very niche card, but yeah. It's a Icarus attack, a slightly worse Icarus attack for reptiles because they have to be face up. So he's going to just do some substitute combos here. Trying to go for like what I assume to be like a dupe lock or just deck them his entire deck. Here he's just like sorting all the frogs, and I was like, I'm surprised you're sorting all the frogs. You're just assuming this is going through. Like,
Bam!
So
Torrential Tribute at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels horrible if you're Ted right now.
Yeah,
but good job on you waiting for the Swap Frog effect to activate Torrential Tribute. That's essentially the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did, because the moment he activates Swap Effect, you can't declare Prio with Substitute anymore, and that's when you usually do it, unless you want to wait for the dupe frogs to come out and make them his timing, but I'd rather him draw those dupes, you know? But yeah, here he summons Sparkman. I was just not expecting to see so many random cards. I was like, first there was the Rock, the big piece, and now the Sparkman. So anyway, I summoned my own Stratos. In this particular alien build, I run a small hero package to mostly just mill a card like with Prisma and stuff. You'll see how it happens. But yeah, I just run over that Sparkman, does a little bit of damage, and just I think I just pass.
Poor Sparkman bites the dust. But let's see, we got Malicious Edge coming down, and then Miracle Fusion, Chain, Imperial Iron Wall?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I main deck Imperial Iron Wall. You have to main deck a lot of continuous traps for aliens to get value, and Imperial Iron Wall, in my opinion, is just one of the best ones in the meta. And now I finally see the Ammonite. Ammonite's like the Blizzard. It's like a Blizzard for aliens, and it's a tuner that summons out another alien in the grave. And here I decide just to make a Catastor. I could have made Golgar, but it was not big enough to deal with that guy. He's 2600 attack, and Golgar is the same attack. So now he's here. He's got a substitute, and since I didn't get rid of his dupes earlier, he's gonna finally get the dupe block off, you know?
Let's see. I think he's just seeing if he can send this Substitute to the graveyard with a swap, but he's out of swap, so he just goes into that quick dupe lock. So pretty good there. But you got the Prisma, and here we go. Sandwich.
So yeah, so you reveal Sandwich because Sandwich can send Sangan. And in this particular alien build, it's a really fun build that I've been working with a bunch. You want that ability to send Sangan because you run Limit Reverses, a really strong continuous trap card that you can bounce with Golgar later, and get value out of it. So, and here I use Limit Reverse to get Ammonite, and then this way I can make it level 6, and I make Brianek.
Nice. Gonna be able to out the dupe block here. So pretty good. And you have these continuous traps on the field to potentially utilize with Golgar later. Oh, or just Giant Trunade. That's pretty good. Just to reset all your sets.
And here, like, I kind of lose to Gores, so I did not attack with Prisma. I was just being really cautious around the Gores because, like, at this point, I have a pretty strong board of like Imperial Iron Wall. I think I even have a Starlight Road now, so I just feel really insulated. He does, and in phase, I summon out Sangan, and you'll see why I do that right here. So I'm just thinking. I put Sangan in defense, which will trigger limit reverse effect, and it dies, and it allows for me to search with Sangan and get an Ammonite.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think that interaction gets used all that much, to be honest, with that card, but that's a pretty cool way to do it. So then we got the Ammonite coming down, which can run over Treeborn, and then we're just going to get Alien and Prisma Beatdown.
But yeah, I don't attack with the bigger alien. Like I said, I'm just so afraid of Gores, and so I'm not gonna play into it at all until I have to. So yeah, I'm able to bounce the Imperial Wall, get a token onto the Golgar. Golgar's effect, by the way, you can bounce continuous spells and trap cards to place counters on the field, and those 8 counters can be removed. 2 of them can be removed to pop any card. So Golgar, honestly, a really strong boss monster. It just happens that he's part of one of the worst engines of all time. So like, if there was maybe like another alien tuner, he would see a lot more play, or even just a good level 4 alien. But unfortunately, since all the best level 4 alien you have is a vanilla, like, it's just not meta. So here you just special summon swap for like defense. I immediately just activate Imperial on my turn. And then I'm able to pop his set. I have just all these big bunguses at this point.
Yeah, I mean, special summoning the swap there is... Okay, you're still going to play around the Gores here. Could be a bit of a tell, special summoning the swap there, that you might not have Gores, otherwise why would you be so scared?
But I have no way to stop the Gores. Like, you know what I mean? If you just decided to hold it that long, which would be wild to do at this point, like, it would be scary. But activate Phoenix Chain, activate Imperial, bounce to get the token, and this is gonna be enough for game. So yeah, he shows me Miracle, Polly, and I think like a frog. So now we're on game 2 now.
Yeah, Caius, but you had Iron Wall, so just getting hard countered. Hero Frogs here. So we got special swap, I believe. Or did you go sub swap, I think?
I think it went sub, summon, swap, but then I'm able to summon Fossil Dyna and just swing.
Okay, we're gonna get a T set from Ted, pass it back.
Oof, and it's a dupe. I was hoping it wouldn't be a dupe, but you know, you have to still go for it sometimes. Like
You definitely have to attack. Yeah, you definitely have to attack. I think that's the right play there, because if they're just praying you don't, and then tribute that for a Monarch, you feel really bad.
Yeah, and I summoned Vortex Trooper here. Vortex Trooper's effect, when it's normal summoned, you can return 2 cards to the deck and draw 2. Kind of helps you just... The deck is very bricky, and it's also a really solid limit reverse target because it has a card trooper effect where you draw when it's destroyed. So it pairs very well with limit reverse, and I think it pairs very well with this deck. I think Vortex Trooper is a staple in Aliens, in my opinion.
Okay, so we're gonna get Swap Frog thinning the deck of 1 Substitute. Let's see, he does choose to hit into the Trooper, so you're going to get the draw, just like Card Trooper. Bounce, extra normal, and dupe frog. So now you're dupe locked. So
yeah,
Ted putting up a little bit of a barrier.
But here, yeah, I just summoned the Prisma. I didn't side out Sandwich, I promise. So so I sent Sangan. And now I'm just kind of like, the dupe lock's a little bit rough to deal with if I don't have the ability to make Golgar. It's not impossible to deal with. I have Phoenix Chains. I have ways to like kind of get around it, but with my own Fossil Dyna out, it's gonna be hard.
Okay, so Ted still, I don't think, has an out to the Fossil Dyna, so he's just starting to, or continuing, I should say, to wall up.
Yeah.
And you're going to summon the Stratos here. Which effect are we getting?
I'm using the pop effect. I want to hit this back row. He chains it to the back row, and I'm okay. And this is probably a misplay. I'm not 100% sure, but he targets this back row, and I can technically chain it and make all the dupes miss timing. But it's kind of like a 4-for-4. Like, I don't know if that was the correct play, honestly.
Well, yeah, I can't say I've seen that happen before. That was interesting. Were you gonna flip up that torrential regardless of like?
I was hoping I can get rid of like his back row and also like get rid, like it would have been not like I don't know. I think if the play was probably to just hold the torrential I kind of wanted to save the torrential for later. I was hoping you'd use a Caius or something, get a little more value out of it. So at this point, like I feel like I had to do it because if I draw a Ammonite, I'm pretty good because I have this Mask Restrict. So I'm just hoping I see an Ammonite, but we'll wait to see what happens. He just starts poking me down with Stratos. I also have to mute one of my group chats because they just keep popping up where the life points are.
They're going off. They want to know how you're doing in your duel.
Yeah, they want to know. Mask Restrict normally cooks. Here, I see the Ammonite finally. But I don't have any aliens. That's the issue. I haven't not seen aliens. That's like the biggest problem with aliens. In case people are wondering, like, why aren't aliens good? It's because the level 4 aliens are not searchable in any way. So it's just very rough if you don't see them. And sometimes you just don't see them. But I have the Offering to the Snake Deity to pop both of his monsters, one of which is a Treeborn, so it's kind of a minus. But I kind of have to stop these pokes from a never-ending wave of Stratos. He summons a Prisma. He reveals, I think it's like a Shining Wingman, like
Shining Flare Wingman.
yeah, and he sends the Spark Man. So now I'm like, what is going on? I love it. I was getting kind of hyped. I'm just getting beat the crap down by this Prisma though. By these beaters, dude. It's just too strong. I set a card and pass.
Let's see. So Ted's gonna bring back Treeborn Frog. We're gonna get more beatdown, or okay, he's gonna use the effect again. This time, I have no idea the name of that card. It's like Necrosphere or Necro something.
I think
Necro
it's
Shaman.
like, yeah, something like that, and sends Wild Heart to the grave. He's running a lot of different heroes in this deck, and he sends the swap.
Basically our own resident Jaden Yuki.
Okay, so he sends the swap out. I have to take 1,000. I take 17. I'm just getting really destroyed here. Yeah, I just have fake back row. I have to set 2 more. Set a monster and pass.
Okay, let's see. Ted's got a lot of cards, so he's gonna MST the Mask of Restrict. Are we gonna get a Caius? Yes. Oh, and that's rough. Get banishing the Neospatian Grand Mole. Ooh,
I had that
Mirror
set.
Force.
I had that set for a while, by the way. I think I was playing it like a little greedy, but paid off. I got 3 of them with that one. And here I'm able to Limber versus Sangan at the end phase. And so I just have to make a really cool play here with the Sangan play. I'm able to actually search out Fossil Dyna.
Nice.
So it's actually kind of, I think this is such a clutch move because if you have Fossil Dyna, like searchable, semi-searchable Fossil Dyna, I think that's kind of busted. And in my head, he's milled like 90% of his like actual guys, like his guys that can run it over.
Yeah, but Ted's gonna set 3 back row, which is very dangerous. Ooh,
yeah,
torrential.
I played into Torrential there. I didn't expect the Torrential. I thought there'd be like a Mirror Force, but the Torrential kind of destroys me there. I am able to offer in Sync Deity and hit the 2 other back rows, but he has the Miracle, so we're going to game 3. Yeah, just not seeing an alien till that point was kind of rough, but it's okay because we get a chance to try again. We get Stratos. Stratos always a great start in any deck that can run it, and I get to search a Prisma, which is nice. And I set 1 and pass.
Okay, let's see what Ted's got here. I already see a Stratos, so we got Stratos for Stratos. And we're gonna get searching for Prisma.
We're doing the same exact play, by the way. I Stratos search Prisma, Stratos search Prisma. It's like, is it a mirror match? What's going on? Is a King of the Swamp. I know you're familiar with that card, Declan, with your Polyfrogs, which have been featured on this channel if you want to check out that deck profile.
Yeah, check it out. That is my favorite card. Not really, but it's up there.
It's like top 5. So,
I just don't think he's utilizing any of the synergies with like Moray in this deck, but he is just utilizing so many cool heroes, so he probably just has a ton of different options that he can make with the polymerization.
Yeah, he's special swap and then sends a Treeborn by pitching Dupe. Interesting play. The Dupes can be really strong in like this matchup if I don't have like an engine going, but I have the Prisma doing the shenanigans I'm doing. I'm sending Sangan. And here I debate, do I want to attack into the open board? Like, it's a little bit dangerous. I decide to go for it. I say YOLO. Maybe my hand is a little stronger in Tagor's. I forget.
No fear. So we're gonna get Treeborn Frog and let's see what he goes for. Another the Prisma he searched last turn. So we're gonna use the Prisma effect. Let's see which hero he's gonna reveal this time. What the hell is that? It's
I think I
like
tried to show it to the camera.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I think it's the one that is like Blade Edge and Sparkman.
Sparkman.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, 100%. And then we do another cat. It just crashed. Our little heroes are just kissing, dude. They're just
It's
crashing.
crazy that you guys are playing these like similar cards, but your decks could not be more different.
100% the most different. I summoned finally an alien, set a back row, and just pass. Yeah, Alien Warrior, pretty clutch. Treeborn Frogs. He's thinking really hard here. Looking at his extra deck, what he has. What's he gonna make? What's he gonna make?
Duel's not over till the last card is played. But you are in the driver's seat right now, so he's got to put up with something here. We're going to get a second Prisma. I imagine we're going to get the effect. Show us something new. What the heck? I have no idea what that
Oh,
is.
it's showing a different one. It's showing the original. Yeah, it's just send Wildheart. He has
I'm
so many
almost
different cards in
positive
that extra
that thing
deck.
is. I'm almost positive that one's called Necro Shaman.
Yeah, that seems correct. That sounds like a real card. And then he polymerizations with the cards on the field, summoning on an absolute 0. And I take it, but then he also gets 2 counters because Warrior has the effect that when it's destroyed by battle, the monster that destroyed it by battle gets 2 counters, which can come in clutch because if I have an Ammonite, I can just deal with this like straight up. But I instead just set 3 more back row. We got 5 back row.
This is the macro special.
This is truly my thing. And I set a card and pass. He summons Swap Frog. Sends a Substitute. It makes sense. Just he wants the deck then. I was explaining what the counters do for him. Oh, he was actually looking for defense, but yeah, I Mirror Force and I had a card trooper, so I get a draw because his absolute 0 destroyed my monster. So that ended up working out really well in my favor. With reinforcement in the army, I had Exile Force. Exile Force is just a really solid limit reverse target in this deck, and you don't want to have a dead Rhoda when you already used your heroes. That's like the main reason you run it.
And that's pretty cool because when it tributes itself for its effect, the spell, or sorry, the continuous trap will stay, right? So then you can use that with like Golgar. I like that.
And here I'm actually gonna just immediately bounce just to get the search and get 2 tokens. This is sort of a misplay. Like if he had Brain Control or Enemy Controller, he could steal my Golgar. So I kind of regretted in retrospect doing this play. It's very dangerous to do that, to like leave your Golgar on the field with counters. It's like leaving a Chaos Sorcerer on the field. You know, you can just Brain Control it, banish a monster yours, and tribute or do whatever they want.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, it's very tempting to get that +1, but now he also knows you have the Iron Wall. So if he had Caius, maybe he would like choose another play. But I mean, it's hard to argue against getting the +1 there.
And seeing his hand, he does have Brain Control. I guess he didn't realize he could do that play. Maybe he does. Maybe he realizes it. It's unclear.
So Golgar can pop anything, right? It's not like face up or okay.
Yeah. Oh, and he passes. Oh yeah, I guess he didn't realize. So on end phase, I called the Haunted. I popped the noob set back row. He's gonna chain it, targeting a random set, which he targets my Empyrean Wall. That does kind of suck because now I can't do my fun shenanigans of popping stuff and attacking. But now I'm able to search Fossil Dino with the Sangan and just swing for free 26. Or yeah, so 26 because the Fossil Dino hits the Treeborn.
Very cool.
Now,
so I mean, we've seen it both games. You know, being able to search for the Fossil Dyna coming in clutch. The deck just is so grindy that you're able to like find it eventually.
You know what? The reason why he went for not Brain Control because like, he had no way to convert it. That's the problem. Like he was like he could use it to pop a card, but then he couldn't get rid of it. Which is like I get it. I get holding it because you're like if you do see the Caius, it's way better, you know. So it's not like necessarily a misplay or anything. It's just more like just a different play there because you can't do anything. His hand has no way to remove my own guy. And yeah, so he activates Miracle. I chain Call of the Haunted, and yeah, and then he activates Heavy. But I have Starlight Road, but Starlight Road would still negate, even though Fossil Down is on the field. So he just like he enters Scoop phase at that point. So
GG's, that's round 1.